And I should be live right now. Let's see if my audio works this time. Um, I can't see my camera move. Oh, YouTube is just behind. Yes, and I'm live. Okay. My hair still bad. Came out of the shower, so let's hope that dries more quickly than I. Yeah. Anyway, and now we see it. Okay. Dun 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 dun. Camera works. Microphone works. Hopefully it keeps working. So today's plan. GoZen development. It has been some time, and like let's mute this one first. It has been some time since I had a stream of working on GoZen, but today is a day that I'll start doing more streams again of working on GoZen. The last couple of parts have been very busy, like very big parts. So yeah, I did not really want to like get distracted too much whilst working on those parts. Those parts being the new effects system and the timeline. The timeline is almost finished. I was actually before starting to work, before doing the stream, I actually tried to implement something very quickly, but quickly is never really quickly. Voila, my chats are open. And I don't like that this is saying like, yeah, I know there's a new thing. Disappeared already. um, what was the issue with the Windows build failing, by the way? The build was failing because of Ming W. I'll quickly show it. So the Windows build was failing because so everything is a separate step. So building the dependencies for Windows, then we compile FFmpeg for Windows, then we built the GD extensions, and then we should export, but what was missing was this part. Copying the like libwinp thread, libstdc++, and yeah. I think in the build function, oh, whoops. In the build function, I have it somewhere that, oh, I always forget that the build system for the extension side on the GoZen side is more complicated than the GDE GoZen version. Basically, I think here it adds stuff to your paths, which it does not do otherwise, like which is not there otherwise. I think that is the issue, but I'm not 100% certain. Um, everybody can see my screen, right? Yeah. Um. Anyway, today I was kind of hoping that I could work first, like quickly finish this before going on. There's a lot of construction going on outside, so yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Um, First of all, there are a lot of errors here. Um, hmm. Well, so the effect system is kind of working. I did change certain things already. Also, the fading works. Voila, we can drag this around. Did I? Well, there should be a way to have it built statically too, so you don't need the. Yeah. No, I think it builds statically, like it includes the libraries, but it first needs to be able to find those libraries. So they're not needed for the exported builds. But yeah. Um, let's see. Whoops. Okay, what was I going to do? I got some new test. Oh, wait. What was that? No. Ah, eh? Hmm. Okay, so that part is broken again. This works. On the other side, it doesn't. Wait, does it? Oh no, it's always on the left. Oh. That will be a nice thing to fix. Did that just disappear? Oh no. So you cannot drag clips on the lefts of. Oh no. I have not actually been able to use GoZen yet for editing my videos in the last couple of months. So things is just kind of slightly broken. Oh. Mm. 16 will be better, I guess. One of the things that I really need to change, the timeline system, the timeline panel. Oh, whoops. The timeline panel right now, it's reaching almost 1,000 lines of code. A lot of it is a draw function. So from 252 all the way till, yeah, it's a lot. Till 470. So that's over 200 lines of code just for the drawing stuff. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Right now we're kind of waiting on good news about a property that we're trying to buy. We finally found something, but yeah. They contact my wife, but my wife is at work, and when she has a break, they cannot contact her. So yeah, they try to call us, we can't reply. Oh well. Anyway, what is this complaining about? Pum, 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 pum. 2 viewers on Twitch and 3 on YouTube. Okay. My mind is kind of going everywhere right now because there's the house stuff going on. There's my kid's school going on every single day, which is today it was for some reason half a day, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, there's a lot going on, and then I have the whole GoZen thing. It's almost like fully usable, so that takes even more time for me now. The fade in, fade out is applying alpha to the clip. Yes, it is applying an alpha. I think shaders. It's an extra shader called fade, an extra compute shader, because changing the alpha does not work. Linear to 0 to max. Yeah, basically. It's a very, very simple thing. What was I going to do? I was going to work on the keyframe system, but I started this like just an hour, 2 hours before the stream on the whole implementation for these side buttons here. But to do that like properly, I might need to change this system out. So I have this timeline, but I feel like I should. I guess I can add a new control nodes here, which will always be the same size as the container, the panel container. Like preferably, I would like to change these things, change the whole draw functions out to ease their own thing. So the marker line, the marker lines, by example, I feel like that should be in a different control node. How can I do this? Let's first do the timeline stuff, because that's like if we go and look at the roadmap. Basically, I still need to add that, and I think that's it. So resizing clips work, and the fading handles also work. So this is basically done. The only thing that still needs to happen are these like select and cut things. But then this one is basically done. The sub issue is done. So you're doing fade into black. No, the fade is happening on the alpha. So you're basically fading into alpha. So if you decide that your project should have a white background, it will be white. Wow. Editor core, background.color. Editor core, where is editor core? Where is editor? Wait, I should probably go inside of here. Why am I not saving this? Why am I not saving this? That's a dumb oversight. Why didn't I do this? No, I just do this. Okay, let's see if that works. So if we change this to Y by example, why is close not working? It should be doing something. Why is close pop-up not working? How are we open the project settings? Projects, settings. We are opening the project settings. Oh. Voila. Okay, so the background is now white, so wait, why can't accessible inputs, no mouse, stop, ignore. Okay. So now it's phased to white, and why? Okay. This is one of the reasons why I was not doing live streams about working on GoZen yet, because things keep breaking. I'm trying to add all things necessary and then do the bug fixing afterwards, but I keep running into issues. Vector 2i does not have LARP. How about vector? Why? Why would this not be a thing? Why does vector 2i does not have... Godot sometimes. Can I just do value A? I also need value B. Temp A, temp B, unused variable. Okay. Mm. And can I just do vector 2 with a temp A? Let's see. Where did that start happening? Around here, I guess. Okay, now it's fine. So if I change the project settings, like let's do the background stuff now. So if I change to white, it will just fade to the background color. So white, because it's just changing the alpha. So if I change it to purple, it should be purple. Voila. Let's change it back to black. I will have a reset settings function, but that's for later. That's a headache for another time. I should probably have that at some point before the beta starts. Okay, but where is this go? Why does this work now? Or is it just with new clips? New clips only. Okay. Let's go to timeline panel. Also, is there like a cleaner way of doing this? Can I just do like... Can I just do boom, 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 boom? Vector 2. Oh, no, it needs to return a vector 2i. I add value a larp with a cast to this, and then I just add weight here. And voila. That works. Okay, does not look very clean, but oh no, vector 3 will have the same thing. Yep. Okay, and that is fixed. This drawing needs to happen in another place. So the clip previews and says the clip blocks that can all stay, I guess. Okay, so the only reason why I actually want to do this is so I can have func draw. I will need to get mouse position. Just get local mouse position dot x. Pos x is a float, and then we draw a line, and the line should be from vector x 0 xy, yep, to vector 2 x size dot y. We also need a color. Shizuka is there. Why are my numbers not working? Oh, whoops. Because my keyword is wrong. What is wrong with this now? Pum, 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 pum. So we draw a line. What else? Oh yeah, position X. So position, this doesn't work. You have to use reverse psychology and add them to it. No, with my case that actually does not work, reverse psychology. In certain cases it works, but when it comes to that, it does not. Hi, Shizuka ni shite. 少しうるさいよ、今。I promise that we will make a dessert together, cook together. If he's nice, so I'm I don't know. Can you hear the noise of them playing in the background? Um. Oh. Oh. Hmm. Okay. I guess this is on the wrong note. Dun, 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 dun. So let's put that on this one. Let's also connect pre-sorts for chill. No. Oh, wait a minute. This will be wrong now. Mode draw. Edit. Mode draw. This will be on top of all the other things. That's now the only slight issue. For the cutting, it's actually good. Else we just have the cut, I guess. Input, input, inputs. Now we need to update every single time when the mouse is moving. But GUI input also... No, let's see. Q, redraw. Oh crap. I think that's because we do ignore. If you do pass, is it really going to be that annoying? It should. Oh wait, no, whoops, wrong note, wrong notes. That's something I really don't like about Godot when connecting signals. It will always go to the main node instead of the node that it's actually connecting from. Why can't it be the defaults? Voila. And now this should... Now this should work. Yes. So let's have the const color select and color cut. Pum, pum, pum. That will be the color for select. Let's make that 1 so it's not too annoying. And then for the cutting, that's RGB. So this is 0 and this one also 0. Voila. An extra variable, modes. Let's add another enum. A wild violin has appeared. It's been some time, yeah, I know. Um, select, cut. Okay, so mode should be mode and should be mode.select by default. I don't even need to do this. I can just do. Let's do this. Okay. On select mode button pressed, select mode button pressed. So that should be pum 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 pum. Mode is equal to mode dot select and else cuts. And the only thing I want, well, I guess I can do this. So if mode equals color select, I would like to use a match statement, but apparently performance is less good if I do that. So color cuts and select, and let's set that properly. Oh, whoops. Okay, and now this should work if I press this button. If I press timeline X. That's like the fun thing. You do something wrong at some point, and then you have to go all the way back of where it happens over here. So cuts, and now if I do this, oh, it's just too, it's way too light. Let's do 8. I actually want to color cuts fade, and let's have this at 3. Var fade pos, which is a float. Whoops, float, which will be pos x plus 1. Fade pos, color cuts, fade. So now the line will be oh, that is way too bright. Shizuka niste. Okay, so we have our line, we just don't have our cutting. The only thing that also needs to happen is that I don't actually like go to the location where I press when I'm in cut mode. So, how will I do that? Inputs. Hungry input is action over here. We have all of these things, but we should avoid all of them. If event is, how will I do this? No. If state is equals to states cursor mode cuts, then we do nothing for now. So it's not switching states yet. Func switch cursor modes void pass. We require a new states. Switch state, new states. States equals to new states. Let's see if that works. So instead of already, let's connect the signals. Switch state, bind. Let's switch that to state select. So state dot binds, state dot cuts. And we can still look. I don't know if I don't think we should have the line of like normal cursor line. I feel like that's kind of distracting. So let's just remove that. So we have this one. Let's go in here. Pom 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 X for the cutting one. Um, it should. Is it printing? If I nope, it's not. It still selects. It does change, but it changes directly back. It doesn't like when you try to cut outside bounds. Well, right now I'm not trying to cut yet. That's the thing. So, like, I'm trying to make it stop, like, changing the mouse position. But I feel like where I change the mouse position is somewhere else. GUI input mouse events. It tries to reset the states, probably because of this one. So, oh, whoops. Okay, so if I do this, no wait, SQ, I should also do a Q redraw after changing. So when I do this, it disappears directly and comes back. It's still going wrong somewhere. It's not. This is one. It works for like once. But it's not printing the state anymore. It's stuck again. I probably need to reset again. Why does it not want to print state anymore? Okay, now it works. So just a godot thing again, I guess. So now we're in cut. Now we need to get the clip on the mouse. var breasts. Let's just call it clip. It should get the clip ID, I think. Oh no, clip data. So we get the clip data, and we need to cut where the mouse position is. So wait a minute. I think I have a function. Um, I have a pop-up action. Cut clips at. Wait, do I have a cut clip at? No, only cut clips at. Wait, what happens if I Hey, good day. Welcome. Well, it's kind of freezing outside. Apparently, the kids played with ice at school, so good day. Mm. um, cut clips at. Else, I need to make a separate. Let's just make a separate function. Oops. Cut clip at, and I just ask for the clip ID, I guess. So, pom 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 pom. Clip data. I'm excited that cutting is possible, space variable. Warning for later. Nope, we don't need this. 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 Also, proper naming. It's been some time since I did a stream whilst work on this on GoZen because it's getting slightly complicated to find how certain things work. I've been able to clean up the code to a certain point that I actually know what's happening again, but it really is a bit all over the place. Now select clips, present, so cutting all clips possible. No, we don't need this. We don't need this, we don't need this. And the only thing we need to actually do is we probably don't even need this. We just need to make certain that it's not at the exact beginning. At the exact end. And then I just do, whoops. Let's take this one. And voila. This should work the moment that I find out what is actually happening. What is... Assignment is not allowed inside an expression. Oh, whoops. Okay, and this one is wrong because too many. This one is wrong because cut clips argument 1 should be an array. So let's just make it into a sneaky little array. Nah, let's leave it like that. Okay, so this should work. So if I do this, let's reset once again. Oh wait, no, we have not added the action yet. So pom 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 pom. So got clip add. I just need the frame position. So get frame from mouse. And we pass the clip data. And if I do this, it works. It's oh. Wait, is cutting clips in general broken, or am I just unlucky? So if I cut this, why? So you think you figured out one part, and then it just gives you another part, another piece of work to do. Hmm. That's annoying. Um. Okay. How can I fix this? How can I fix this? Um. Set press no signal. True. This should be. Oh, oops. So there's something that I've learned. Set press no signal, because else this will keep triggering and create an infinite loop. Yay. Why not utilize AI and other IDEs? Because the IDE that I have works a lot better than most IDEs. And why not utilize AI? Because it's kind of crap at the stuff that I'm doing. I have given it a go. The only kind of decent one was Gemini, but yeah, it's just too annoying to work with. It does not save me time. It's faster for me to do it myself, because then at least I know how it works, so I can more easily work on the code. Because the moment that you start using AI and you rely too much on it, you don't know anymore how your code properly works. And when you run into an issue, you will need AI again to solve it. And you will just alienate yourself from your own code base. And for a project as big as this, that's just asking for issues and creating an unmaintainable mess. So yeah, like the compute shader stuff, it will not be very good for that. Working with the whole like way that effect systems work, like followable containers, it's something new. So I guess, like I guess that AI does not even know how to deal with it yet, because most of AI's like AI, like ChatGPT, Gemini, and what is the other one? Claude. They probably have their knowledge cut off before 4.5 release. So it does not have access to these followable containers. So being able to add these icons here is something that it does not know that is possible. Why not use AI? I'm not against AI. It could be a helpful tool, but it really needs to improve a lot more to be an actual usable tool. Yeah. AI works great for doing stuff that already exists and has been done over and over. Yep, that's probably the best way to describe it. Anything that is actually new and original, not really. Yep. Um, yeah, this is NeoVim. Probably the best editor that you can have, NeoVim. I use it for my video scripts. I use it for taking notes, and it works. It works. It's fast, and I have not run into like any major issues. Like in the beginning, some setup issues, but that's about it. For Godot especially, something that I don't really like is that um, I need to use another like GVim, for example. I made my own shortcuts to automatically start the LSP. Why does it say disconnected? It should be connected. Yeah, connection taken. So for the LSP to stay connected, that's kind of an issue because Godot, yeah, basically one of the best benefits that Godot could have to improve the LSP stuff because, well, would be to open, well, have a better LSP system altogether. Because right now the LSP system, it's not great. I did make some PRs to improve the LSP system, the language service provider or whatever it is. But one of the best ways to improve it is by making it automatically run and not like this. Because if I were to open a different project now, it will just freak out and give me tons of errors inside of here, inside of my current project, and not the project that I just opened, that it cannot find certain functions or certain nodes or whatever. It just freaks out. I I cannot work on GoZen and then have something like, oh, I should improve this in GD GoZen. Because then it will just crap out. I will need to close this all up and then move over to GD GoZen, by example, or to another project. Not being able to work at multiple projects at once is a downside, and that's not because of NeoVim. If you were to use VS Code, you'll have the exact same issue when using Godot. I can be very talkative when it comes to that kind of stuff. First of all, spacing, important. I was going to work on the keyframe system. I think I've been streaming for almost an hour already, and I have not gotten close. For how long have I been streaming? 50 minutes. Wait, how many people are watching? 2 people on YouTube, yay! 2 viewers on Twitch, yay! I feel like the time that I'm streaming right now, it's not great. It's not great because it's afternoon for us, but in most of the world it's probably or late in the evening or nights. Yeah. Oh well, anyway. I think this is almost ready. To hide the panel, let's add an extra variable mode panel, which is a panel container. Great time for me though, evening in the US. Yeah, probably in the US, good time, and because, well, you're in Japan, that's probably also a very big help. I have been wanting to work more on visuals recently instead of working on GoZen, but I want to be able to use GoZen to make the visuals. And as you can see with all the issues that I'm having, I hope it will be possible by the end of this month. Oh. Mode draw, let's add this in here. Settings dot cat show timeline mode bar. Under which category? Inputs, no extra, no markers, no. I think I have timeline settings, yes. So func get, we return a bool, and we return data dot show time mode bar. Good enough. And then we also need sets value bool. And voila. Okay, so this should almost work, except for wait, why is it trying to go to like different places? There should be, oh. Anyway, let's go to settings data. Let's add that setting timeline var bool. Let's set this true for now, and then timeline panel. No, settings panel. settings menu. Let's quickly add this. Look, this is the kind of thing I am able to do this kind of quickly to go through all the different places in my codes because of my editor and because I know what's going on in my code. If I were to like utilize AI a lot, I feel like that would not be the case and just make me rely on a tool that kills the environment, as some people like to say. Yeah, I just feel like it's not great. But that's my experience. Get settings, title appearance. Where's the timeline? Where's the timeline stuff? Okay. Create label. Settings. Oh, oops. This data. Show time bar. And the tooltip should be the same. Oh, setting, not delete. So, hey Quabble! Hey, how's it going? Gonna lurk for a bit while I work on a video. Well, this is how GoZen is looking right now. So you tell me, what do you think? We have fading working. It's not, yeah. We have fading working. We can change the background color of the videos by default. Like, yeah. A lot has been happening. Keyframing works. It's kind of sketchy because there's not really any like, yeah. It should work, but I'm changing the whole system right now. So yeah, we can add effects. Right now, there's only the transform effect. All the localization stuff still needs to happen. Yeah, but it's going to be it's going great. And at this moment, I really feel like a beta release will be able to get released around May. January. Around May. Normally, the beta should be released, and past the summer, I hope on a full release. So yeah, it's been going great. Let's add a check button. Setting. That's looking really cool. I hope it does. I really want to get more people to actually like know about GoZen in the near future. Right now, it's probably still a little bit too. Oh, oops. It's probably still a little bit too unstable for most people to use it. Like, heck, it's even unstable for me to use that at certain moments. Set time mode bar. So normally now if I start this, I should be able to get the not all copaths return a value. Oh, whoops. Okay. Hoping I can one day use it for my video editing. I think you will like it. It's like it will have certain features that are especially helpful for YouTubers because I will create a voice, not a voice over, but if you have a video clip and you use a separate microphone, you'll be able to replace the audio from the video inside of the timeline on the clip itself. So you only have one clip to deal with that will have your video and your adjusted audio, like the correct audio for your microphone. Plus an auto silence cut moment. So if you have a video clip with like a lot of silent moments, it will find those moments and show you a preview of what will get cut. And then you can also select if it must delete those empty moments or leave it in case you have certain things that you want to do with those empty moments. But yeah, it will especially be good for people doing a lot of YouTube videos. It's one of the main target groups, so yeah. Okay, if I go into the editor settings, wait, have I settings dot data? Anywhere else? Nope. Okay. So if I go into editor settings, normally I should be able to show and hide this. No, that's menu bar. Oh, timeline. So this should work, but I should also create a signal on show. Was it on time show bar? Show time mode bar. Yep. Okay. So if we set it, we should do this dot emit. Oh, I should probably also pass the value. Voila. Yep. Box container, nope. And set up here. So settings. That will generally be so cool. I wish DaVinci could do that for free. It cannot do that? I thought, or is it Dokana? Oh well. um, dot connect. Blank. Why are my kids so quiet? My kids are way too quiet. But I have not used DaVinci Resolve in a very long time because DaVinci Resolve, I am not going to spend a lot of money on hard drives to transcode all my footage because if you use Linux, you just cannot use any type of footage from your cameras or from your phone. Or I hate that so much. Before switching, I actually used DaVinci Resolve. I am so annoyed that they don't do that anymore. Like that, it's not a thing. I really am so annoyed by that. Okay, so if I do this, and normally now the mode bar should like be able to disappear and such. I'll do the customization of like the how it looks later. Yep, it works. I can see it change behind the blurry background because the blurry background is also new in the next version. Wow, blurry backgrounds. Also, the display scaling is working now. So for people with a 4K display and such, yay. Hey, Valin. Oh, hey. I'll quickly check on my kids. They're a little bit too quiet. Oh, yeah, no. They're fine. They're just one kid is watching television without sound, and the other kid is playing on an electronic dictionary. My kids, like my oldest kid, is obsessed by the electronic dictionary. I don't know why, but recently he's able to point at stuff and say what is being written there, which is kind of worrying. How quickly he's learning Japanese. Like he's catching up to me, and I'm 31. Okay, so I guess this is done. So I can basically, what is a number? What is a number? So 179. Well, let's just add to get a workflow. Add timeline modes. Closes. I forgot the number again. 179, 178, 17. Oh, 179. Closes number 178. Kids are like sponges. Yep. They are. The dictionary with a pen that says what you touch. No, not that one. An actual normal electronic dictionary. I I have mine as well. So I got a nice case for it as well, even though I kind of stopped using it. Um, Nowadays you can just do so much more with your phone. But yeah, it's just something like this, an electronic dictionary. It uses um normal batteries. Oh, there are my I forgot where my rechargeable batteries were, but yeah. So it just uses normal batteries and it can do quite a lot. Um, I got this one from my wife's husband, from my wife's father, because he gets them from his workplace for free. Yeah, or for free or like very discounted. So every year he gets like a new one, or every couple of years he gets a new one. Yeah, it's you can look at things up on it. You can kind of learn English with it. It's mainly used for like Japanese people to translate to English. You can put other languages on it, but English is the most common one. For the rest, you can't really do much with it, but for some reason, my kid really likes the quizzes, even though he does not know how they work. Yeah. Then Shiji fighting. Yep. I just use Taco Boto. Um, I don't know which. I think I just use my application that I use is Jisho. Uh, oh, that kind of thing is still too difficult for my kids. He needs picture. He needs the pictures. There are pictures on it somehow. And my wife, like, there are like pictures from her high school on it from when she was still using it. And my kid every now and then comes to me like, "Oh, look, mama." Okay, so those should have closed. Yep. So we're getting kind of close. Clip animations is kind of working already. Clip animations like the keyframing. Well, with my current like trying to change stuff, trying to do the keyframing stuff, that is broken for now. The subtitle screen, I will remove this because I won't be doing this for. Yeah, I'll move that to a official supported plugin. It's just too much work to try and finish before the beta, and yeah, I feel like the amount of uses it will have compared to the other features I want to work on will be very low. Official. Um, it will be an official module freely available, so I don't think people will mind too much. That is something that they have to like put in themselves. Whoops. Nope. Let's relationship. Choose move parents. I have been a little bit better at doing like limiting my scope creep for GoZen, because I felt that it's going a little bit too much out of scope of what I was trying to achieve. For the clip grouping, that will be a nice one to work on. Someone made a plugin for Godot that uses NeoVim in the background. Neo that uses NeoVim in the background, do you hear me? My kid is great at quizzes. There's one with like many songs and it plays one at random. You can get the right song most of the time. Like 30 ones. My kids, he sings a lot. If he hears some kind of like song before going to school, you can be certain that behind you while driving your bicycle, you'll keep hearing the same song over and over, and every now and then it will switch to another song, but then it will be that song over and over and over. Picking up from the Yochin from the kindergarten, exactly the same story. Why is it so quiet? Oh, he's playing with a cable. Okay, and he's safe. Um, so you can use Vim bindings with Godot. Yeah, I have seen that before. I think it's the same one. The only issue is I have a lot of custom shortcuts like this to quickly go through all my files on full screen. I can see like a preview of the file. Um, I use JJ to exit into normal mode again. Those are all things like my custom shortcuts. If there will be a way to get my custom shortcuts to go over to like the scripting in here, I'll probably use that a lot more. But as it stands right now, I cannot use this custom like this built-in scripting, and I hate this built-in scripting because look at this debug with external editor. Why the heck is this off by default when you have in your editor settings? Like in your editor settings, you have boom, 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 boom. Let's see where it is. External. Yeah. Why is this not part of it? Why, if I run into an issue in a new project, it opens inside of here? Because like this tab does not even open. If I'm in 2D, it stays in 2D. If I'm in game, it stays in the game. This tab does not open. So I'm like wondering, why is the error, like why is the file not opening inside of here? And I'm like confused, like wait, is it like, is the LSP not working again? So I go out of it, I go into it again, and I try things out. But all that is the issue is this thing. Why is this not an editor setting? Why? Why is this a separate thing? I hate this. I hate this. Like if I disable this, like let's quickly test something. So in timeline panel, let's just add some extra text in here so it creates an error. If I start now, it crashed. Okay, let's click on this to go to the function. Oh, wait, I should probably go out of file. Let's click on this to go to the function. Wait, it does not open. Nope. Okay, wait. Did I actually open with the LSP on? The LSP is disconnected. It's connected. Okay, let's go inside of here. No, it does not open. Guess what it does? It opens in here. It opens in here. If you use an external editor, why would this be a thing? I hate this. I hate this so much. And the problem is, if you edit stuff in here, then your editor will say like, oh, something has changed. Like, what do you want to do? Not to say you should switch, just I thought it was cool. The Godot community is popping off. I wish there was a way to open a command line inside of Godot. If that will be possible to open like command prompt inside of Godot, I feel like that could solve a lot of issues. But with how many people are addicted to like multiple monitors, I feel like a lot of people don't want their scripting inside of the same window. Like on a laptop, probably. But if you use something like i3 that I can just easily switch, like, oh, I need internet now, I need this right now. It's so much easier. And make a PR for it. I have been thinking about doing that change myself, but I just don't know where to actually start. Probably with a proposal, because removing this, I feel like some people might still want it inside of the actual like editor itself. But it feels so dumb if you enable that you use an external text editor to be like have it still appear here when there's an issue. It feels so dumb that this is an option. I cannot be the only one who ever ran into this. I cannot be the only one. Text objects that will, yeah. I kind of have an idea for that. Video playback guidelines, basically inside of your view. Let's quickly open it. Sometimes when you like change focus, like right now, I want people to like look at the middle of the lens, and then in the next shot, I want them to look at the like at the point of focus where I want people to focus. So I want to like move this in the correct position. So if I can have like a guideline or like kind of like a crosshair or something, so I know where the focus was of my view of the viewer. Yeah, I feel like that will be a good addition and something that I think a lot of video editors have, but it's always kind of like hidden or like not easy to access. So yeah, that's another thing. The auto silence cut that I've talked about. What was that? Am I still alive? Okay, there was a moment that it went strange. Yeah. It seems to be fine again. I guess that's the joy of using Wi-Fi. So the in editor voiceover, like a lot of the features that I have right now planned are very basic things that I feel GoZen should have. And I feel like this is probably the full feature set for the core of GoZen. I don't know if there's anything else that really needs to be a part of GoZen. For like the core, like the tight core that's like properly supported, properly bug free. Yeah. I think that's all. Something I do want to add as well. Lack of proper debugging is made. Lack of proper debugging is what made me not choose Neo. There is proper debugging. Like there really is a lot of stuff. But something a PR that I made, for example, if there's a mistake here, now suddenly everything is an issue. Everything is an issue, and it will say that the issue is like somewhere, but it does not say where. With my PR that I made, if I wait. Okay. If I take a look at my PR, can I find my PRs if I do my pull requests? I really want this to be merged directly because the error messages. I, no, not this one. Not this one. Add columns to language server for external editor. Add highlight support. Why is this one still on review required? Yeah, this one. So instead of doing the whole line, it will only go to certain areas. Why is this still review required? One pending review. Can I like request a review for this? I really need this. Like if this gets implemented in the first dev release of 4.7, I will switch over to the dev release because this would save me so much time. I hate that it always takes me to the like first part of the line. With this, if I try to go to like the next error, it will put my cursor on the beginning instead of at the beginning of the line. At the beginning of the word of the error, the beginning of the place where the error actually is. I really need this. I really, really need this. Oh well. Yeah. Did you make sure to set the text editor in editor settings? Yep. Text editor has been set in editor settings. Yeah. But for some reason, if this is true, it will still like, yeah. It annoys me. It annoys me so much. You need to make sure to set up the proper flags to pass to your. Yeah, no, like it does work. It does work. But if you have this, if you don't have this enabled, it will always open the script inside of here. With that enabled, if there is an issue, for example, if I add stuff in here now and I go to a different file, I try to run, it will go to the place of the error. Voila. Heading to bed. Oyasumi. Good night. Wait. 2 o'clock. Who goes to bed at 2 o'clock? My kid is working with the cables again. Yeah, I think I will have light on the title because I don't think I'll start with doing the keyframe stuff. I've been streaming for how long now? For over an hour, and my kids are starting to break the house a little bit. So yeah. Anyway, quick overview of what will still happen for the before the beta release happens. I want to update the website a little bit to have more up-to-date information, but that is something that I will start doing once, like just before the beta. There's also the localization, finish the localization, complete translation strings. That's also something just before the beta release. Custom team support, I think I might move that for after the beta. I don't feel like this is necessary to do right now. Text objects is something that I kind of want to implement next month. Video playback guidelines, not necessary, but if I can manage, to pull that off before the beta release, will be nice. Custom render profiles should be a thing. It's also something for next month. The in-editor voiceover, also for next month. Audio takeover, that you can replace the audio of a video clip. That will happen. That will be implemented probably in May. January, February, and March. Proxy workflows also for March. Translation strings. Transition blocks is also something for March, but I want to start working on it in February. Auto silence cuts, that will be March or April. Clip animations is still for this month, and the custom godot scene support is also, that's probably going to be the last big part that I will work on, will be March or April. And then it's basically just stability testing. Make GoZen stable, make GoZen usable, so people can actually start switching over to it. I put a post in the contributors chat on Discord. I do want to start getting people to use GoZen more. But for people joining from the beginning of the stream, there are a lot of issues still. There are a lot of things that are still going wrong on a daily basis. By example, the cutting of the clips right now. I don't know how that's possible, that I can cut a clip and that it just creates a... Yeah, it doesn't cut the beginning of the clip. It does create a new clip. So, yeah, there are errors, so... cannot convert... That's... are you using Zig with Godot? I wish I could. I wish I could use Zig with Godot. But the whole DD extension support, it's a pain to work with, and to only work in Zig for Godot, that will be way too painful, especially for this project, for GoZen, because I want it to be, like, I want to be able for people to create custom modules and such with GDScript, because it's an easy language to use. I am learning Zig. I want to improve Zig, my Zig knowledge, but it's for later. Where is this error coming from? Clips handler. What are you using Zig for? Wait, did I not change my title? Yeah, no. I am... Oh, wait. I forgot to remove the Zig tags. Whoops, sorry. Sorry about that. What I'm using Zig for, I want to start creating some kind of, like, a small game with Zig by just using OpenGL directly. So no extra libraries except for GLAD and OpenGL. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to remove the tags. I completely forgot about that. Sorry. But yeah, that's also going to be a series on my channel, I think, about how to use Zig to leave the... Yeah, it will be for later, but for this video editor that I'm making with Godot, not yet. No Zig included. For the future, yeah, for the future I will. I really think Zig is a great language, and the more I use it, the more I like it. And the more I want certain features of Zig, like the defer keyword, inside of Godot, because I like Zig, but the whole thing about no classes, it's still kind of alien to me. But I'm learning. I'm improving. Cuts, clips. What is going wrong inside of here? It's a resizing that is not wanting to work. We pass the... Oh, okay. Okay, so I think that will fix that issue. So if I cut now... Yep, okay, well, that's a cut fixed. It's a small thing. Let's just add it to the previous commits. Force pushing. I don't have very active contributors at the moment, so people don't mind if I force push. Also cross-platform art builds. Yeah, the cross-platform support, like how much easier it is. Maybe start with using it instead of make. I have not really used make. Um, I really don't like make. I yeah, it feels extremely annoying to work with. Compiling C and C++, it's like the most like the most disliked thing for me to do. I don't like compiling C or C++. And Godot uses cons, and I'm even less of a fan of that, I think. So cutting works. The placing of new clips. Why? There was an issue. Oh, yes. Somehow. Can I still fix that today? It's getting kind of late. I'll write on my boards. Mm, Voila. With a little painting that I remember what it is about. Okay, so this works. I think I committed all my work. Yep. So all that's left for me to do is tell you about all my amazing Kofi supporters. Thank you very much to all these people for supporting me. Yeah, without their help, I would not be able to keep making videos and work on this video editor. And what are you using to build your C++? I don't really work with C++. The only reason that I use C++ is to make the GD extension itself, to interact with FFmpeg. So, for example, this stuff. I have nightmares about working with FFmpeg and C++. So, yeah. Now, I did hear that there's like a game engine being made with Zik. Maybe if Zik gets like stable at some points. Oh, why? Okay. Um, Maybe I might try that out, that game engine, but to convert GoZen, I don't think that will happen anytime soon. But maybe for future projects. Yeah. I have used C++ a lot to learn OpenGL, and I'm kind of trying to convert that all to Zik. But that will be for later. As cons cause Godot forces you to use it. Yeah. Cons. The amount of strange bugs that I ran into, like adding an enter would break my codes, removing the enter would make it work again, just because like the whole caching is not great. Yeah, I think that will be it for me for today. I don't really think that there's anything else that I can quickly do, and I have to start preparing dinner already because my kid wants to cook with me. Easily takes an hour longer. Anyway, thanks for watching. Was quite a nice fun stream today. I will have to look into Godot build. Didn't realize it had its own. Yeah, it's not great. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.